If you're a restaurant owner feeling like it's a struggle to get weekday customers, your restaurant might be suffering from 5 hidden customer retention failures that no one talks about. According to Square, 86% of consumers say they'd be interested in joining a restaurant loyalty program if it offered coupons or discounts, yet only 36% actually participate in one. That gap doesn't mean customers don't care. It usually means the restaurant never built a simple repeat visit system that's easy for customers to join and use. In this video, you're going to discover what these 5 hidden customer retention failures are that lead to so many restaurant owners saying, "Why don't my customers come back?" And later on, you'll get a simple 90-day system to turn those slow days into days with more traffic without spending more on ads. For local restaurants, these retention failures can get expensive fast. Rent still hits, food goes to waste, and labor still costs you money every hour. Once you learn these 5 customer retention breakpoints though, you'll know how to spot them in your restaurant and how to fix them so you get rid of slow day. Failure 1, no second visit tracking. The first hidden failure is simple. Many owners track sales, tickets, labor, and food costs, but not second visit rate or 30-day repeat behavior. That works against you because random traffic can look like momentum. A strong Friday can hide a dead Monday, but a busy day isn't the same as a habit. Picture a restaurant that sees a sales spike after an Instagram deal. Sales look great, then Tuesday goes quiet again. That Friday wasn't retention, it was temporary volume. So here's the lesson. Before you judge any marketing move, track whether visit 1 became visit 2 through your POS or loyalty platform. Second visits are the bridge between random traffic and a real habit. But even if you track them, you still can't influence them if you have no way to reach the customer again. And that leads to failure number 2. Failure 2, no contact capture. A customer has a great experience, pays, leaves, and vanishes. No phone number, no email, no sign up, no QR code scan. So every slow day becomes a paid acquisition problem again. If you run a restaurant that sees steady transactions but no customer list, you are out of your mind. You should get a pow pow. Why? A slow Tuesday is on deck and the owner has nobody to message. So they fall back on ads or third-party promos that eat margin. The lesson's simple. Capture contact info during the first transaction. Use table tents, bag inserts, or receipt messaging. But even that's not enough if the reward takes too long to matter. Failure number 3 is where many restaurant loyalty programs die. The reward takes too long to earn. A customer joins, scans once, gets a few points, and nothing meaningful happens fast enough to change behavior. So they forget the program exists. Many owners build the reward around protecting margin instead of building momentum. They hide the first win behind too many visits or some weird spending threshold. Coffee shops do this with the old buy 10 drinks, get 1 free setup. That doesn't help much if the guest only visits every couple of weeks. Reward programs look like they're about loyalty, but under the surface, they're really about creating action on the part of your customers. Every offer is really to get your customers to be in motion and take an action. The lesson's simple. Create a fast first win that pulls the second visit forward. Bonus points for a sign up, a small next visit perk, or a quick unlock after an order or 2 works much better than making people wait forever. But even a faster reward won't fix a dead Tuesday if there's no reason to think about you on Tuesday. Failure 4. No weekly habit trigger. Restaurant choices happen fast, and people usually pick what feels easiest or most familiar. Intuit found that 35% of people who buy daily or weekly said their preferred brand was the only one they'd consider, versus 22% among people who buy monthly or less. Picture a restaurant that's packed on Friday but quiet on Tuesday. No member perks, no double points lunch, no reason to stop by midweek. The food might be fine, but their recall is weak. For whatever reason, they're busy on Friday. Maybe it's the after work crowd grabbing drinks and don't want a huge meal. Literally, that restaurant is putting all of its sales hopes on 1 or 2 days. That is business malfeasance. So the lesson, create one repeatable weekly trigger tied to slow days, like bonus points every Tuesday or a member-only lunch upgrade on Wednesday. Once the reason's in place, you'll stop relying on luck and start intentionally shifting traffic to those slow days. But one bad message can still ruin it by training customers to wait for discount. Failure 5, generic win-back messages train discount behavior. Failure number 5, looks smart on the surface. A restaurant sends a "we miss you" message with 10% off, then follows up next week with 15% off. That feels like retention marketing, but it teaches customers to wait for the next deal. The issue isn't the outreach, it's the vague message, rotating discount, and lack of a real trigger. There's a restaurant in my neighborhood that literally sends the same text on the same day at the same time every week, with only the discount amount changed. That doesn't build loyalty, it builds delay and bargain hunters. Stop sending generic discounts and start sending specific, timely, VIP style offers. Use a simple 4-part structure: a specific trigger, VIP only value, a firm deadline, and a clear call to action. Here's an example. Hey name, here's a Tuesday lunch perk exclusively for loyalty members like you. Get a complimentary double protein upgrade on all bowls over $12. Hurry though, this perk expires tomorrow at 5 p.m. That feels more relevant and more exclusive than a random discount. If a controlled perk creates one extra visit on a dead Wednesday, that's better than feeding your margins to ads and delivery apps. You now know the 5 customer retention failures that quietly keep restaurants stuck. Number 1 was not tracking second visits, so you can't tell whether first-time traffic is turning into a real habit. Number 2 was not capturing contact info, which means every slow day turns back into an ad problem. Number 3 was making the reward take too long, so customers join, forget, and never build momentum. Number 4 was having no weekly habit trigger, which leaves your slow days up to chance instead of giving people a reason to come back on purpose. And number 5 was sending generic discount messages that train customers to wait instead of return. Now, why does this work? Because once you know these 5 failures, you can start spotting them in your own restaurant almost immediately. You can look at your POS and see whether first visits are becoming second visits. You can look at your checkout flow and see whether you're actually collecting phone numbers, emails, or other signups. You can look at your reward setup and ask one honest question: does the customer get a win fast enough to care? You can look at your calendar and see whether you have any real reason for people to choose you on a Tuesday or Wednesday. And you can look at your messages and tell whether they feel like a VIP invitation or just another discount blast. The truth is, each one of these has a fix. If you're not tracking second visits, start there. If you're not capturing contact info, add a simple QR code, receipt prompt, or bag insert at the first transaction. If the reward's too slow, shorten the path to the first win. If you have no habit trigger, create one weekly reason to return tied to your slow day. If your win back messages are generic, switch them to specific, timely, VIP style offers with a real deadline. And when you fix those 5 things, growth usually gets a lot more predictable. You should expect better repeat rates, more second visits inside the first 30 days, and less of that awful feeling where Monday through Wednesday depends on luck. You should start seeing more traffic from people who already know you, trust you, and are easier to bring back than brand new customers. That means more stable cash flow, less pressure to run constant promos, and fewer slow days where labor's scheduled but the dining room or pickup line never fills up. Here's the thing, the goal isn't just more customers, it's more customers coming back more often that your sales stop feeling random. But then you run into the next problem. New customers are usually more expensive than they look. Between ads, promos, third-party fees, and staff time, that first visit might barely break even. I broke that down in another video, including why profit usually starts on visit number 2 and how to stop paying that new customer tax over and over again. You can watch that video right over here.